Hey lovies, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Witchy Wednesday. And in today's video, I'm super excited to share with you guys 10 ways that you can express and show divine gratitude. And there's nothing more than I like just to spend time with my goddess, ask for nothing, and just give back. Give back. They deserve it, y'all. They deserve it. I'm gonna make this video short and sweet because I do understand that not everyone practices with the same goddess. So you're going to see a lot of Rhiannon and a lot of things that are catered to her because that is my patron goddess. But what I really want you guys to get out of this video is to take these 10 ways of expressing divine gratitude, catering them to your patron goddess, and just give back. So I hope that you find this video inspirational. We have a lot to go through, so let's get started. Okay, so the first idea to spread some divine gratitude is to create incense. Create a personal incense for your goddess that you would think she likes, or the type of smells and herbs and resins that resonate with your goddess. So a fun way to even do this is to go to a metaphysical store, look at the oils that are safe for burning and the resins, and just ask your patron goddess to kind of guide you. So leave Google, leave YouTube out of it. Really make a connection with your goddess, get to a metaphysical store, and have her guide you in the sense that you like. So I'm going to do this first so I get the smells of my incense while I'm doing this video. So here I'm just going to put some sand down. I love this sand from Esoteric Aroma. We're going to take our tongs. And you light your charcoal until you really start seeing it turn gray. Make sure that it sparks all over. And I've mentioned this before, and I think one of my earlier Witchy Wednesdays, but when it comes to cleansing or even giving a divine gratitude, I really like to use resins and oils. I try to stick with stick incense and cone incense really for just to maybe even get me in the mood when I'm crafting, or just for the scent. But when it comes to my practice, I encourage you guys always to use charcoal and resin. It's really natural, and you really don't know what they're putting on with the incense stick. Okay, so when your incense starts turning gray like this on the edges, it's ready to go. So that means it's been warming up for a while, maybe a few minutes. It's burning and it's hot from underneath, and it's really getting that ash on the top. That's what you want before you start putting more sand. So you put more sand on the resin to really calm down the heat. If you don't put sand or ash or anything like that on top of your charcoal, you're just going to be burning resin, and it's really not what you want, and the smell is awful, and it doesn't really give it a temperature slow release control of your incense. So you put a little bit of sand right in the middle, just like this. And that should be enough just to curb the heat. So I know that my goddess, when it comes to incense, I use frankincense, amber, sandalwood, bergamot, and cinnamon. So you can make a bag like this, keep it around, so that way you know this is your goddess incense bag. So really only bust this out when you're ready to work with your goddess. If you want to meditate or anything like that, we'll talk more about that later. But when you're working with a goddess, it's always nice to create a medley of your own incense and use it during your workings. So I'm going to put a few here. Okay. Going to close the lid. And that should start smoking up soon, and it smells so good. So I'll leave that to the side and let it burn while we continue on to the next one. The second way to show divine gratitude is to simply make an offering bowl. It doesn't have to be beautiful or carved out of stone or anything like that. Even have any symbols. And this is a really plain offering bowl that I typically have. I do have another copper one, but this works just as fine. It's going to get the message out. It's not about exactly what you use as your bowl. It's about the intention and what you're putting in it to show your goddess some gratitude. So I know that Rhiannon, for her bowl, she likes bergamot. So I keep my oils in containers like this. So here's bergamot. So try to use the same oil for its purpose. So typically I don't genuinely use bergamot unless it's working with Rhiannon, because once you open it and you smell this oil, it automatically puts me right there. So when you're working with the goddess, try to just designate an oil and a scent that's truly just hers. So I'm going to put a couple of drops of bergamot in here. Swish it around. So the next thing I will put in here is some rose quartz. Drop that in there. You don't need a lot of water, you guys. This is basically not even halfway full. I add some willow bark. I'm going to add a rose, forget-me-nots, sandalwood, some more rose petals that I keep in a little bag like this. Rosemary. Or you can have a sprig if you like. If you have a garden, it's winter here, so I can't really grow rosemary like I do during the summer, and I use that for my offering, but rosemary is just fine. It's all the same. So now you're going to want to swirl your mixture around. Really get everything in there, soak the rose, and really just bring good thoughts and intentions to your offering. So once that's mixed in, you can take a charged crystal that is safe in water, pop that in, and just look how cute this is. This is perfect. So we have enough water. You can use less water if you like, but this is enough water for it to maybe last a week on your altar. And that's all you need, guys. Simple enough. Tip number 3 is to create a recipe. So I'm not going to make that, but if you were interested, my recipe is called Rhiannon's Treat. So it's really a sweet treat. It's made out of olive oil, honey, chopped rosemary, salt, freshly ground black pepper, and about 3 large sweet potatoes. And I cut them up, and then I really just marinate everything and then just bake them. I cut them up into, like, medium-sized cubes, but once you bake them and you really get them crispy, it's such a good treat, and it's so good for you. And it's all you need to do is just really be creative with this one and just make a treat that you can have when you're either casting a circle. You can have that part as your libation, but making a special recipe for your goddess is a super fun way to show divine gratitude. Okay, the 4th way to express divine gratitude is to plant some herbs or plant a flower. So I chose the chamomile. They're super cheap now because they're starting to put out spring packets. You can even get one of these guys at the Dollar Tree. You can get a lot of planting essentials at the Dollar Tree right now, so it's a good time to start doing this. So basically, super simple. Get yourself a cheapy terracotta plant, put some potting soil in there, and grab some seeds. So it's important to really express your gratitude and your love as you're planting the seeds. So that way it symbolizes when your flowers or your herbs grow, so does your love for the goddess. So let's do that now. So I'm going to just go ahead and plant these chamomile seeds. Okay. You can also, totally optional if you like, is to really put down a crystal in there too. So once you have that set, you can go ahead and wet that, leave that in a sunny place, or if you're all, it would be best if you can put it on your altar, if your altar gets a lot of light. So this is a super fun and easy way to express your love and gratitude. It's always nice to see your seedlings grow, and it just reminds you of the intentions that you set when you planted this. The fifth way to express divine gratitude is to create a goddess page in your grimoire. So I believe you guys saw this last week. I'll pop the video down below so you can check out this grimoire tour so far of the work that I've done. So basically what you can do is just really create a mural and create a page or pages or a section really devoted to your goddess. So here I have a mural of Rhiannon, and then when you flip over, it's all about her. General information, animals, plants, the incense, metals, just really just plain information. You can go as detailed or generic as possible, but really dedicate some spreads in your grimoire for your goddess. This is a charging plate that I've received in the Witch's Moon. It's supposed to be charging, I believe, another necklace that came with it, but I love leaving my beads here. So basically, I keep my prayer in my grimoire. So I'll go to the page where I keep a lot of my other goddess information. And again, you saw a peek of this last week. And if you go to the back here, this is all of my words of power and how I pray with my beads. So I'll go through this real quick so I can kind of give you an example of how it works. So you're going to keep your talisman in your hands, and you're going to go to your first bead. Look at this bird, it's so pretty. But you're going to go to your first goddess bead, and you're going to say, this is for Goddess Rhiannon. Grant me the power of water to accept the things I cannot change. The power of fire, for energy and courage to change the things I can. The power of air, for the ability to know the difference. And the power of earth, for the strength to walk my path. So mote it be. Then you're going to go into your green or your next bead, and that's a separate saying. Goddess Rhiannon, thank you for the blessing and the guidance every day. Thank you for the wisdom and showing me the way. You're going to go into your next bead. This is the yellow gold one. Goddess Rhiannon, thank you for prosperity and creativity in my art. Thank you for the laughter and joyful heart. You're going to go to the white one. Goddess Rhiannon, thank you for your teachings and for those to be forgiven. Thank you for your wild spirit, passionate and driven. And then you're going to repeat all of those until you get back into your actual goddess charm. And then you keep doing this, and keep doing this until you get to the end. And that's pretty much your whole prayer of giving your goddess divine gratitude. The seventh way to give divine gratitude is to have a goddess day. Goddess days are so fun to make. So try to remind yourself, put it in your book, of what you can do on your goddess day. So for me, my goddess day is March 1st because it's very close to Rhiannon's actual day, which is the 7th. So I know that it's coming up, so it reminds me that the 1st of March, it's always my day for my goddess, which is just Goddess Day. So there, now I'm trying to bring back everything that we've done. So you can meditate. I like to do a thing called earthing. It's true. That's an actual true term where you just take off your shoes if it's a beautiful, nice summer day, and you just walk on the ground, feel the ground, be one with nature. If it doesn't even matter what goddess you walk your path with, every goddess will appreciate that you're just becoming one with nature. So do earthing, refresh your offering bowl, check on your plants, do your prayers, cook your recipe. I mean, these are all things that you can do on Rhiannon Day or your goddess day. So here I'm with my family and I'm just planting some flowers and enjoying just being at my new home and being with my family. And just try to spend time with family and friends on your goddess day. It's just the love and time that you're spending with them. Your goddess will love that. So number 7, goddess day. Okay, number 8, getting to the end here. So number 8 is a really fun one, and is to create a crystal grid specifically for your goddess. So here I created and painted my own crystal grid. I do have a video of how I created this grid. It's super fun because you have this like clear acetate, and then you can put that over any painting, drawing, image that you would like. It will be even nice if you can just pop an image in the back of your goddess. So like, let's just say, for example, that I have my painting. Where is she? So you can even open up your grimoire and put your crystal grid down, and you can even pop your crystals this way if you had something painted in your grimoire, or even better, if it was removable or portable like this Hestia picture that my friend Priscilla made for me. I can even pop my crystal grid on top of her just like this. So doing a crystal grid like this is really, really fun. Again, it doesn't have to be fancy. This is completely homemade, and to me, that's better than anything you can buy. And this is purely just to show you guys because it's just so fun. So you're going to take your main stone. So let's just say I'm going to use this one here. Then I have a whole bunch of quartz pieces, and just play along. What does your goddess, what kind of crystals does your goddess work with? What kind of herbs? You can even have a mixture of herbs in your crystal grid. You can, call quarters here if you like. Building a crystal grid is very personable, and when you do it like this, it's very customizable. So really just do some research on what your goddess likes, the crystals, or like I said, get yourself to a metaphysical shop and just have a one-on-one and say, hey, you guide me. You tell me what you want to work with. Grab a few of these smaller ones, some really quarter crystals, and really have fun creating your own crystal grid. Number 9 is to create goddess candles. You can get candles like this at the dollar store. They come in all different types of colors. And what you can do is just decorate the outside of the glass. You can add pictures, put glitter, add words of power, gratitude, anything on here. You can glue flowers. So really make this fun. So when it either comes to your goddess day or when you're just by your altar and really even meditating, you can light this and then really have a nice piece to represent your goddess on your altar. The 10th and final prompt that I have for you guys is to dedicate a space on your altar specifically for your goddess. You can do this by decorating with things that are representations of your goddess or things that are special to you. Most importantly, this is a good spot to do your prayers and to really show the gratitude for your divine goddess. Okay guys, so I hope this was helpful for you. I really enjoyed making this video for you and trying to at least share some inspiration, motivation, or awareness of how to give divine gratitude. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another Witchy Wednesday. And until next time, bye.